Now on Coast TV News.
It's a breezy and mild morning for Delmarva ahead of a strong cold front headed our way, and that will bring the coldest air of the fall to the region and the possibility of frost later in the week. I'll have the forecast details coming up.
Our investigation in Ellendale, new images from this scary evening fire. And a special piece of Georgetown history could be returning. We'll tell you the latest update about the Cupola project. In efforts to rebuild after Hurricane Milton, we'll tell you about President Biden's latest visit to Florida.
This is Coast TV News Today.
Good morning, I'm Elisa Weber. Matt Pensick and Paige Marley have the day off, and thank you for being up with us during our 6 o'clock hour on this Monday morning. We're going to bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Trahey to tell us a little bit about our mid-October forecast. Bob, I can't believe it's October 14th already.
Yeah, Lisa, unbelievable how time flies. Good morning to you. Good morning, Delmarva. Make sure you have that windbreaker out the door. It's going to be a breezy day. It's mild right now, and temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. They're not going to move very much today with that cold front moving in, and we've got a southwesterly breeze as well. We're looking at partly cloudy skies. It would be nice to get some showers. It's been so dry, but it looks like this cold front will not bring anything in the way of rain, just some clouds. You see those clouds now thicker along the I-95 corridor. That's where the cold front is right now near D.C. and Philly, and that will continue to press to the southeast and then bring that colder air. All the rain with this system is farther to the north near the Great Lakes and across the northeast as well. So for us, it's just looking pretty dry with this cold front. Some clouds this morning and breezy out of the southwest. Temperature's not moving much. It looks like the warm time will be later this morning, maybe 70 in Selbyville, 68 in Millsboro, 68 in Georgetown, and then by noon, those northwest winds really ramping up and temperatures probably falling through the 60s and then into the 50s as we go into this evening. Elisa, I know you're a big runner and we've got a lot of wind today, so I know that can definitely be a factor. We're looking at temperatures in the 60s this morning, some clouds. It will be dry and then sunshine later this morning as temperatures are warmest late morning and then falling noon hour and then later into the afternoon. Much more on this chilly forecast coming up in just a bit.
Thank you, Bob. That's good to know about the wind. Well, President Joe Biden visited Florida's battered coastline. Biden surveyed the damage from the sky Sunday on Marine One and toward St. Petersburg Beach, which is left in shambles by Hurricane Milton. He promised more than $600 million to restore and upgrade the grid after Hurricanes Helene and Milton have hammered the region. And Biden says in moments like this, Americans come together to help one another. And new this morning, we have new pictures from a house fire in Ellendale. According to the Ellendale Fire Company, multiple agencies responded to the blaze where flames could be seen shooting outside of the house, and that fire happened Friday evening. And the agency says thankfully no injuries were reported, and the Delaware State Fire Marshal will continue to investigate the cause of that fire. And also new this morning, Seaford is announcing a temporary closure to a part of City Hall. According to the city, starting today through Wednesday, the drive-through and back entrance will be closed, and the city says this is so contractors can complete sidewalk renovations. And the cupola that sits at the top of the Sussex County Courthouse could be placed back on top towards the end of this month. It was removed in early May for a refurbishment process to make sure there is no rotting wood and to ensure the overall stability of the cupola. Those like Charlie Koski, who have lived in Georgetown for many years, are hopeful that they will have this piece of history before Return Day.
It's a big undertaking because it's wood, and it gets weathered, but I think they'll do a great job in anticipation of Return Day right around the corner.
And the community relations representative with the Delaware court says it is likely the cupola will be back at the top of the courthouse by October 21st. And it's a project that's taken a lot of attention in Ocean City happening today. The latest phase of the work on Baltimore Avenue will begin. This is the resurfacing of Baltimore Avenue, and this is the last phase of a months-long project that also included sidewalk and sewer work. And this week, the city of Lewis will get an update on a plan to make this street, Sussex Drive, safer. This could include added turn lanes, a changed traffic flow, and also creating some parts as no standing or stopping areas are the options. The goal of this project is to increase safety near the neighboring schools. And also in Lewis, the city is putting a stop to light pollution. A draft ordinance would require lighting to be dimmed by 35% between midnight and dawn with motion sensor options. The city is trying to create lighting guidelines that reduce glare, minimize impacts on people and animals, and make it more uniform. This is up for discussion today at 1 p.m. And on Sunday, a new storybook called Keep Our Beaches Clean, What If Everybody Did This, was unveiled in Ocean City to teach everyone the importance of picking up trash on the beach. The book was created by a second grade class where they worked together to write and draw all of the pictures. And after showing the book to professional surfer Kelly Slater, he made it possible to have that book published, and organizations came together to hold a ceremonial ribbon cutting.
One thing that the publisher told me was that they have never had a community come around a book like this before, and I think that just attests to how amazing Ocean City is.
And people had the chance to purchase their very own copy, and some of the authors were there to sign. And if you live in the Angola area and got rerouted on Route 24 or lost power over the weekend, here's why. Police confirm a man was driving on Route 24 near Jolin's Way when a tree unexpectedly fell. He hit the tree and then live wires also fell down, causing the man to swerve in other lanes. The good news is no one was hurt and Route 24 was closed for a few hours. And with 23 days until Election Day, a new NBC national poll of registered voters shows the presidential race deadlocked at 48%. Now, as November 5th closes in, Vice President Harris and former President Trump are ramping up campaign events across the country, and another security concern is grabbing the headlines. NBC's Alice Barr shows us what each candidate is focusing on as campaigning continues today.
As the presidential nominees pick up the pace on the campaign trail.
With your help in 23 days, we will win.
We're going to win Arizona, and we are going to defeat Kamala.
A new NBC News national poll of registered voters shows the race in a dead heat at 48%, indicating a slowdown for Vice President Harris after her popularity surged in the last NBC poll following a September debate. The poll points to a deep gender gap, with Vice President Harris leading with women by 14 points.
One of the things that attracted me to her is that she was smart.
And former President Trump ahead with men by 16 points.
He's worked hard, he's created jobs, he's built businesses.
Margins remain razor thin in the critical battleground states, and on the issues the former president is seen as stronger in handling the economy and immigration.
You know what I did? I called them up. I said, close the border.
While the vice president gets a boost on reproductive rights, campaigning in North Carolina, she highlighted her newly released medical records, including her physician saying she's in excellent health, putting the pressure on Mr. Trump.
He refuses to release his medical record.
That as federal authorities are investigating a new potential security threat. A man with guns in his vehicle was arrested Saturday, stopped at a checkpoint about a quarter mile from former President Trump's rally site in Coachella, California. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
And authorities say former President Trump was not yet at the rally site when that suspect was arrested. And responding to Vice President Kamala Harris's comments on the former president's medical records, a spokesperson says he is in perfect health and pointed to his busy campaign schedule. Both nominees are set to campaign in Pennsylvania today. And we are just getting started here on CoastTV News this morning. Coming up, celebrating Latino students, we'll give you a look at an annual summit that brings together Latino students of all ages for connection and engagement. And Fenwick Island will finally begin a dredging project years in the making. We'll tell you why one local says that work is needed. And bringing home beach debris, will tell you how long you have to claim any items left on the beach in Lewis, and what the city says it'll do with anything left over. All that and more as CoastTV News Today continues.
It's down to the wire.
The coaches are
really fighting hard for the artists.
Your voice is magical.
It's a few things in my toolbox I can give you.
I made this necklace out of macaroni for you.
The Voice, new tonight on NBC and Peacock.
We will help you remember what happened.
Did you just take her drugs?
Putting myself in the same state of mind as the bride will help us understand what she's trying to tell us.
Are you high? Brilliant Minds, tonight on NBC and Peacock.
Pulling up to a great-looking home is nice. Curb appeal is important. But here on the coast, even more important is dock appeal. At T&G Builders, if you can dream it, we can create it. For uncompromising quality, contact T&G Builders to design and build your coastal dream home. Over 30 years of integrity, empathy, and love. T&G Builders, the sign of quality. Visit us online at tg-builders.com.
Shower Glass. Our name says it all. We provide the best custom shower glass on the shore in a fraction of the time, and our reviews prove it.
Shower Glass delivers the best fit, finish, and fastest service.
Reliable scheduling, competitive pricing, the best in the business.
They're the only one we call for Shower Glass.
Frameless beauty with speed, accuracy, and lifetime warranties. Shower Glass. It's all we do. Visit showerglassdoors.net to schedule your free consultation.
Angela Alsobrooks got caught taking illegal tax breaks, at least $16,000.
Senate candidate Angela Alsobrooks took advantage of tax breaks that she was not eligible to get.
Angela Alsobrooks' campaign says she was unaware of the error.
That's odd because all 4 mortgages were in her name on the D.C. property.
Alsobrooks owes $59,000 in back taxes. Alsobrooks isn't just dishonest on her taxes, she's dishonest with us. Maryland's Future is responsible for the content of this advertising.
6:11 on this breezy and mild Monday morning. Here's Milford right now, looking quiet on the Bay Health cam, but grab that windbreaker out the door. It is, well, pretty breezy and it's pretty mild. 66 in Georgetown, Milton 65, and mid to upper 60s elsewhere. We'll see these temperatures remaining steady pretty much all day as we have a southwest wind that's out ahead of a cold front. Just seeing some clouds out ahead of that front, thicker clouds with the actual front now making its way through D.C. And, you know, we need the rain, but unfortunately, all the rain with this is tied to low pressure, and that rain is across the Great Lakes and the Northeast. Here's your drive cast for the morning. Looking good. I gave it the green light, breezy and chilly, but then I gave it the yellow light for the afternoon and evening commute. Because it will be windy, it could buffet you around a little bit in those open spaces, so make sure you hang on to that steering wheel with 2 hands.
Bob, happening today in Lewis, it's the last day to claim any items that have been left on the dunes or the beach. These include items such as chairs and kayaks. And if not claimed, the city says it will keep those items until October 30th. And happening now, police will continue to investigate a crash that killed a 66-year-old Lewis man. According to officials, the man was killed after he ran his car off of Stokely Road, hitting a mailbox and a tree. Police say the man was speeding and not wearing a seatbelt. Unfortunately, he did die at the scene, and police are working to identify the victim. And one teen is safe after a reported disappearance in Long Neck Sunday morning. According to the Indian River Volunteer Fire Company, a 17-year-old boy was on the pier at the Indian River Bay and then disappeared, with his clothes and phone still on the pier. Multiple first responders took to the water, and the good news is that teen was later found in a nearby apartment. And airfares to some of the world's most gorgeous beaches are now a lot cheaper. The flight comparison site Skyscanner recently released a travel trend report that revealed the destinations with the biggest airfare drop to the U.S. over the past year. The location that came out on top was the Mediterranean resort city of Nice. And if you want to travel a little closer to the U.S., then head over to St. Lucia and Barbados. And if you're a fan of Crocs, you can soon pick up a pair for your dogs. The footwear company is introducing Pet Crocs later this month in partnership with the pet supply company and subscription service Bark. It's all part of the annual Croctober campaign, which includes the release of a fan-inspired product. Starting October 23rd, Pet Crocs will be available for a limited time in 2 colors. And still ahead, Fenwick Island will finally begin dredging its waterways. We'll tell you how long the town says that project will take.
It is a breezy morning across Delmarva. You can see the flags whipping in the wind on our tunnel and razor cam. Those winds really ramp up as we have a strong cold front moving through Delmarva later this morning. That will bring the coldest air of the season to the region and possibly some frost later in the week. I'll have your forecast details coming up in 2 minutes.
Take your favorite radio station with you wherever you go. Download free today.
Design a custom home that fits your unique style and budget with Accessible Home Builders. At Accessible, we provide you with a variety of customizable options to create the home of your dreams.
Accessible Builders provided us with a beautiful home.
Scott is full of ideas from his past experiences, and he really worked with us on all our custom asks and wants.
We would definitely recommend Accessible Builders.
Completely customize your dream home with Accessible Home Builders.
It all started with a food truck and a dream of bringing excellent street food to our community. That dream became Tiki Jack's as we know it today. From mouth-watering street tacos to our signature sandwiches and street-inspired entrees, Tiki Jack's is the ultimate destination for comfort food by the shore. Whether you're dining out with family or looking for a fun night out with friends, stop by Tiki Jack's at Rehoboth Beach today for all your street eats and brews.
People get involved in all types of risky behavior. When it comes to your home's plumbing or HVAC system, don't risk it. Call Chesapeake Home Services. We take the risk because you shouldn't have to risk your family's finances with any service provider. Choose Chesapeake Home Services and get our risk-free buy-it-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied for any reason within the first year and we can't fix it, we'll buy it back. Chesapeake Home Services. We take the risk so you don't have to.
Service sure to make you smile. They always go the extra mile.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
If your family's anything like mine, life brings in dirt and messes.
Touchdown!
Yes! 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 Oh!
Sit back, relax, and leave the deep cleaning to the pros. Your home isn't clean until it's Stanley Steamer clean.
Stanley Steamer gets your home clean.
The time is now 6:16 and we're going to take a live look outside into Lewis this morning. And as we can see outside, Bob, it's not sunny yet, but I was kind of expecting that. But this weekend, Bob, I moved all my warmer clothes to the front of my closet. Time to get the sweaters out in front, the jackets. It's that time of year.
Yeah, well, it's that time of year, you know, you pack the shorts away, then you think, oh, wait a minute, I might still need those shorts for the weekend when it's going to warm up. So you have to go kind of back and forth, Elisa, this time of year. Do want to talk about our typical first frost and freeze. And the usual first frost around Georgetown is October 23rd. So about another week and a half from now. And the first freeze usually comes on November 10th. So we could be just a little early because we have a chance of seeing some frost this week come Wednesday and Thursday morning. You see the icicle here on Wednesday. It's a little smaller, but it's a little bigger on Thursday, almost into that frost possible range. So those 2 mornings, Wednesday and Thursday, you'll have to protect your plants. And then after that, I think we're out of the woods as we do start to warm things up. But temperatures are mild out ahead of a cold front this morning into the mid to upper 60s, 67 Millsboro and Rehoboth, Bethany Beach 67 and Salisbury 65. And we've got a gusty southwest wind right now at around 5 to 15 miles per hour. That's out ahead of that cold front. And we are seeing some clouds out there right now, but also seeing some stars. Nothing in the way of rain. It's really dry. We do need the rain, but we're not going to see much with this front. We're just seeing some thicker clouds moving into the I-95 corridor right now. All the rain is with low pressure across the Great Lakes and then back across the northeast as well. So it looks like this rain will be staying to our north, and we're just going to see a dry frontal passage. And then it's very cold air draining in behind this front with very strong high pressure. Here's Futurecast this morning at 7:30. We're in the 60s. We've got some of those clouds, but by 10:30, the wind's already shifting to the northwest. And I think at that time, that's when we'll see the highs into the upper 60s and then sliding slowly through the 60s into the 50s by this evening. And then overnight into tomorrow morning, just a few clouds and temperatures in the low 40s. The clouds could prevent us from really tanking as far as the temperatures go. Can't rule out a few upper 30s inland areas. And then as we move into your Tuesday, by noon, we're looking at a lot of clouds, and it will be a chilly day. Many of us not getting out of the 50s, and we might touch 60 in some places. And there's a chance of a few showers tomorrow evening on Futurecast. I'm not holding out hope for that, but there is that slight chance. And then by Wednesday morning, very chilly temperatures into the upper 30s from Ellendale up to the Seaford area. As we're seeing gusty winds out of the west and northwest, we're concerned about fire danger. Very concerned about that with these gusty westerly winds. So you really don't want to burn until we get some appreciable rain. Those winds do start to diminish as we go into tomorrow. We have the chilly air in place Tuesday through Thursday, but then it does warm up by the end of the week into the weekend. Looking forward to that. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 70 today, and then the chilly weather Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, right around 60 for high, but many of us not getting out of the 50s, and then upper 30s Wednesday and Thursday morning. That's when we have to worry about frost. And then warmer Friday, 67, and then 70s for the weekend. Still dry and sunny, 71 Saturday and 74 on Sunday.
Thank you, Bob. And happening today, it's a project that has taken years to go. Fenwick Island channels will finally be dredged. And according to the town, the $2.3 million project will be primarily paid for by the state and the county, and locals we spoke with say they've seen firsthand how shallow this water is, so the dredging is greatly needed.
The first week he moved in here, he was coming down with his pontoon boat to come visit us and got stuck in that shallow water.
The dredging work in Fenwick Island is set to finish on November 12th. And starting today, Bridgeville drivers prepare for a closure that'll last for over a month. Deldet will be replacing the bridge on Seashore Highway between Ray Road and Federalsburg Road starting today through December 19th. The agency says people should expect detours and delays. And up next on Coast TV News today, celebrating Latino students. We'll tell you how one student was impacted by a summit aimed at uplifting Latino students across the state. Coast TV News will be right back.
Coast TV First Alert Weather. Your safety, our commitment.
It starts with our oldest family tradition, artisan bread topped with the finest hand-sliced meats and cheeses. Add in the freshest locally grown produce, but don't forget the In our house, it's not just a hoagie, it's a primo.
Over 50 years ago, JD Asphalt was built on a strong foundation of family values.
So when you call us, you'll speak to a member of our family, like me, where I'll talk you through our entire process, answering any questions you have along the way, and delivering prompt free estimates no matter the size of the job. Call now and ask about our 0% financing options, or visit our website for special discounts. JD Asphalt, a trusted family company for over 50 years.
As temperatures drop, FH Fur invites you to be part of something truly heartwarming, our Fall into Comfort Toy Drive. Through December 15th for only $29, the experts at FH Fur will perform a comprehensive heating system inspection, ensuring your home stays snug through the chilly months ahead. The best part? 100% of the proceeds will go to the United States Marine Corps Reserve's Toys for Tots. Schedule your heating inspection today with FH Fur.
877-CALL-FUR. FHFur.com.
Welcome to the brand new Bath by Spicer Brothers showroom. Experience the future of bathroom remodeling. Bath by Spicer Brothers is Delmarva's exclusive BCI Elite dealer, offering more selections, styles, and colors, including options like the laser etch tile pattern system. Made in the USA, built for beauty and performance, our baths are durable, mold resistant, and guaranteed for life.
With no money down, no interest, and no payments until 2026, you have no reason to wait.
Call Bath by Spicer Brothers today because you deserve the best.
It starts with our oldest family tradition, artisan bread topped with the finest hand-sliced meats and cheeses. Add in the freshest locally grown produce, but don't forget the In our house, it's not just a hoagie, it's a primo.
Over 250 students gathered Saturday for the 2024 Latino Student Summit in Newark, and the purpose of this summit, organized by the United Way of Delaware, was to connect and uplift Latino middle school, high school, and college students from around the first state. Participants had the opportunity to select 2 out of 10 workshops, including interactive food demonstrations and voting about the importance of civic engagement. Milford High School won $500 for having the most students in attendance.
I think it was very good. Personally, I think it's great that we're all together in one spot and bonding and sharing our cultures.
And the summit concluded with a big fiesta to celebrate and honor National Hispanic Heritage Month. And happening this week, Delaware's Teacher of the Year will be named on Tuesday, October 15th. And you may remember this woman, Miss Dill from Milford, from our Coastal Connection. She is one of this year's nominees, and a Milford teacher won this award in 2023. And we're now going to bring back in First Alert meteorologist Bob Trahey on this cooler front that we're going to start having. Bob, you were saying frost. I don't like that because that means I have to get up earlier to warm up my car.
Warm up the car, scrape the windshield.
I just want to enjoy fall for a little bit. Let's just enjoy that.
The good news, Elisa, though, is that usually it marks the end of allergy season where we get a frost. So there's always the silver lining. So on the beaches, boaters, watch out. We have a small craft advisory, pretty choppy out there with the breezy winds. Assateague and Chincoteague, 60s and 70s today. Clouds this morning, more sunshine this afternoon. afternoon, then falling temperatures as those northwest winds really kick in. Fenwick Island and Ocean City, 60s early on, some clouds, and then 70s, and then falling temperatures. On the Bayside, you're very breezy today and steady temperatures in the mid-60s. For Cambridge, waves on the bay around 1 to 2 feet, and windy in Crisfield as well with temperatures in the 60s, and then falling temperatures in the days to come. We go from 70 today in Cambridge, and then only around 60 Tuesday and Wednesday, and then Crisfield, similar conditions, very chilly, only upper 50s Tuesday and Wednesday, but this cold snap only lasts a few days, then it's back to the warmth by the weekend. Much more on your forecast coming up in the next half hour.
Now after the break on Coast TV News today, a historic piece of Georgetown could be returning soon. We'll tell you what officials want to bring it back before the unique Delaware holiday. And multiple Sussex County agencies responded to a fire in Ellendale. We'll tell you what is expected now that that blaze is extinguished. And President Biden got a first-hand look at the damage to Florida from Hurricane Milton. We'll tell you how much aid he is dishing out to help the state rebuild. Coast TV News will be right back.
I absolutely love my show home. With all this new space, I had to upgrade my furniture. The abundance of natural light was hard to get used to. I'm all settled now, though. Everybody loves the kitchen. No bones about it. With this home, I'm the life of the party. Our first trick-or-treaters. Let's go, people!
Happy Halloween! Hi, I'm Barbara Danberg, a partner at the law firm of Baird, Mandalis, Brockstead, and Federico. We take pride in forming long-lasting relationships with our clients. Having practiced in the area of estate planning for over 30 years, I've been with many of my clients for decades and enjoy planning for the next generation. When establishing estate plans, it's important that you choose the right lawyer, one who fosters a long-term relationship with your family. Baird, Mandalis, Brockstead, and Federico, right lawyers, right now.
Since 1925, Avery Hall has been the go-to insurance agency for those who want quality service with a personal touch. Our unique consultative approach is all about you. Our agents take the time to understand your specific needs and craft coverage that protects your assets and offers peace of mind, whether it's employee benefits, individual, or business insurance. Avery Hall isn't just an insurance agency, we are a cornerstone of Delmarva and are committed to supporting and protecting the communities we call home. Avery Hall, insurance solutions for today's world.
Minor surges happen every day in your home, shortening the lifespan of electronics and appliances. Major surges can destroy them instantly. Smart homeowners protect against surges. Like a seatbelt, you're glad you have protection when the need arises. A surge protection system from Expert Wire safeguards everything from kitchen appliances, TVs, to your home's heating and air conditioning system. Expert Wire ensures professional installation for complete peace of mind. Leave the wiring to the experts and make it a powerful day.
Now on Coast TV News.
It's a breezy and mild morning for Delmarva ahead of a strong cold front that's marching our way later on this morning, and that will bring the coldest air of the fall to the region with the possibility of frost later in the week. I'll have the details coming up.
A piece of Georgetown's history is being repaired, but we can expect to see that again. And new images of a house fire in Ellendale details about the incident currently under investigation. And President Biden visits Florida, a look at the scene after Hurricane Milton and how much money is being promised to help the area rebuild.
This is Coast TV News Today.
Good morning, I'm Elise Weber. Matt Pensick and Paige Marley have the day off, and thanks for joining us on this Monday morning at 6:28. And we're going to bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey. And Bob, I don't know the weather well like you, but I know you need to wear a jacket today and maybe a sweatshirt and some warmer pants.
Yeah, I would probably break out an array of clothes. Lisa, good morning to you. Good morning, Delmarva. Get ready for the change of seasons with a strong cold front headed our way. 65 in Delmar right now, 66 in Millsboro. So not bad out the door. We have temperatures into the 60s, some upper 60s at the coast, but we've got breezy conditions out of the west, southwest ahead of that cold front. We are seeing some clouds, but unfortunately nothing in the way of rain. It's so dry. We need the rain. We're not going to see it with this front, which is now making its way into the I-95 corridor. You can see a band of clouds with the front, but nothing in the way of rain there. All the rain is tied to low pressure across the Great Lakes and across parts of the Northeast. For us, it's just going to be breezy and dry today. So really, it's best not to burn until we get some decent rain. That's going to be a while. Futurecast this morning has us in the 60s. Some of those clouds by 12:30, the winds are already shifting to the northwest. We're into the mid to upper 60s, but it's feeling much cooler with this breeze and temperatures slipping through the 60s into the afternoon. And by this evening, we're into the 50s, strong northwest winds and maybe some clouds. Here's your checklist for today. Don't need the rain gear, but you definitely need the sweaters, not so much for today, but for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. It's going to be chilly. A heavier jacket, preferably a windbreaker today. Make sure you have a warm beverage out the door. Have the sunscreen too. We'll see some of that, and have the sunglasses as well.
Thank you, Bob. And President Biden toured Florida's battered coastline. Biden surveyed the damage from the skies Sunday and toured St. Petersburg Beach, which is left in shambles by Hurricane Milton. He promised more than $600 million to restore and upgrade the grid after Hurricanes Helene and Milton hammered the region. And Biden said, in moments like this, Americans come together to help one another. And new this morning, new pictures from a house fire in Ellendale. According to the Ellendale Fire Company, multiple agencies responded to the blaze where flames could be seen shooting outside of the house. And that fire happened Friday evening. And the agency says thankfully there were no injuries reported, and the Delaware State Fire Marshal will continue to investigate the cause of the fire. And also new this morning, Seaford is announcing a temporary closure to a part of the City Hall. And according to the city, starting today through Wednesday, the drive-through and back entrance will be closed. And the city says this is so contractors can complete sidewalk renovations. And in Lewis, the city is putting a spotlight on stopping light pollution. A draft ordinance would require lighting to be dimmed by 35% between midnight and dawn with motion sensor options. The city is trying to create lighting guidelines that reduce glare, minimize impacts on people and animals, and make it more uniform. That is up for discussion today at 1 p.m. And it's a project that's taken a lot of attention in Ocean City happening today. It's the last phase of work on Baltimore Avenue, and this will be the resurfacing of the avenue. And this is the last phase of a months-long project, and that also included sidewalk and sewer work. And this week, the city of Lewis will get an update on a plan to make this street, Sussex Drive, safer. This could include adding turn lanes, a changed flow of traffic, also creating some parts as a no standing or stopping area. All of this is to make sure that there is more safety around neighboring schools. And after being removed from the top of the Sussex County Courthouse, the cupola could be making its return in late October. And as Zakiya Jennings shows us, people are ready to have this piece of history back in its place.
The Sussex County Courthouse. It's an important building here in Georgetown, but it's missing something. In early May, the cupola that typically sits on top of the courthouse was taken down to be refurbished. The last time this happened was over 20 years ago. And people like Michelle Hayes are eager to have this piece of history back.
I think it's a part of history, and once the building is complete, I think that it would be an icon they should put it back up there. It's part of Georgetown.
The refurbishment process includes replacing any rotten wood and ensuring the overall stability of the cupola. Charlie Koski has been in Georgetown for 25 years, and he is all for preserving the town's history.
Here in Georgetown, the only thing that we have is history. We don't have a river or a beach or anything, so it's nice for the state to step in and preserve our heritage.
It seems that something as simple as a cupola can bring the town together and keep its history alive.
The community relations representative with the Delaware court says it is likely that the cupola will be back on top of the courthouse by October 21st. And people in the community say they hope it's back up in time for return day on Thursday, November 7th. In Georgetown, I'm Zakiya Jennings, Coast TV News.
More than 2 weeks after Hurricane Helene hit the Asheville, North Carolina region, up to 100,000 people still do not have running water, and that's according to the Water Department spokesman. That's more than half of people who get their water from the Asheville Water Department in the city and surrounding counties. And right now, the Maryland Army National Guard is still helping those impacted by Hurricane Helene in North Carolina. Here's some of what they are seeing. Soldiers and helicopters are working separate missions in the rescue and recovery efforts in the aftermath of that hurricane. And the end date for this mission has not been announced yet. And those same efforts are taking place in Florida as Delaware sends help to those suffering from the damage from both Hurricane Helene and Milton. Delmarva Power is sending some crews and equipment to help first responders, and Governor Carney has activated 100 Delaware National Guard members and more than 40 trucks. And the Boeing strike has entered its second month, and economic analysts estimate the company is losing millions of dollars each day the strike continues. NBC's reporter Cornelius Hawker shows us what union workers are fighting for and how much the company is responding.
Holding the line on Sunday. Striking machinists like Edward Feetham are standing their ground.
We're ready to, be here as long as it takes.
According to economic experts, the shift from production to protest is costing Boeing millions. More than $1 billion in a month. Last week, the cash-strapped company shared it burned through $1.3 billion during this third quarter. Boeing has lost more than $25 billion since 2019. It's also laying off about 10% of its workers in the coming months, around 17,000 people, and will stop building the cargo version of the 767 jet in 2027.
If they're laying off 10% of the people and shutting down the 6-7 program, that's not because of the strike. That was coming anyways.
Boeing's latest statement reiterated the company wants to reach an agreement, but believes the union is insisting on unreasonable demands and putting out a misleading narrative, making it difficult to find a solution.
If they think our members are going to be intimidated or, somehow change direction because of this, it's just not going to work. Our members will be more defiant than ever and angrier than ever.
International Association of Machinists District 751 President John Holden says leadership is fighting for what its members want.
Our members, they are demanding things that are reasonable, that are important to them, and that's our job, is to negotiate those.
He says the union is ready to get a deal done.
It's time to come to the table, stay at the table, do the hard work, and bargain the things so we can reach an agreement.
We have a lot more news to get to, so don't go anywhere. The voting process has started on Delmarva, and CoastTV was there as the first absentee ballots were scanned. We'll tell you what's next and where to find all of the election information you need to know ahead of November. In saving shorebird population, we'll tell you what Denrick says it's doing to help the declining population on Delmarva. And the Brandywine Valley SPCA is helping pets impacted by the hurricanes in the south. We'll tell you about the efforts to get those pets into loving homes. Stay with us on CoastTV News Today.
Design a custom home that fits your unique style and budget with Accessible Home Builders. At Accessible, we provide you with a variety of customizable options to create the home of your dreams.
Accessible Builders provided us with a beautiful home.
Scott is full of ideas from his past experiences, and he really worked with us on all our custom asks and wants.
We would definitely recommend Accessible Builders.
Completely customize your dream home with Accessible Home Builders.
Fall's the time to give your lawn the attention it deserves. The cooler weather and optimal soil conditions make it the perfect time for overseeding and fertilizing. Visit Johnson's knowledgeable staff for proper steps using our lawn checklist to allow newly seeded grass to establish before the harsh winter arrives. Our grass seed is formulated for sandy soil on the eastern shore containing no inert matter. Also, don't forget to create your fall masterpiece at our Dunbar or grab supplies to feed your feathered friends. Johnson's Seed and Feed, your local team to keep your grass green.
Hi, I'm Bill Whaley, inventor of the porch protection system. I want to talk a little bit about the extra space that can be created with the porch protection system. You can use that extra space for exercise equipment, pets, children, fireplaces. It's all marine grade materials. They're really easy to roll up and down. It also holds heat and air conditioning equally well. Start creating that extra space at your house today.
Call or visit porchprotection.com for your free quote.
Welcome to Beach Barrels. No matter where you're from, everyone is a local. Fun times and good vibes await with a wide variety of craft brews, plus our award-winning Primo Hoagies made fresh daily. Dance the night away at the best live music venue in Ocean City. And there's never a bad seat to catch your favorite sports team. Dine in or relax on our outside deck with comfortable seating and beautiful palm trees for a cozy, tropical atmosphere. Beach Barrels open 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. at 132nd and Coastal Highway.
6:39 on our breezy Monday morning. Here's our Tyndall's Casual Furniture Camp, 60 in Laurel. You see the clouds out there, not going to bring us any rain. Sun's up in about a half hour as a cold front is just to our west. Here's temperatures right now, 65 in Delmar. Millsboro is 66, 67 from Rehoboth to Bethany Beach. I don't think these temperatures move much during the day at all with that cold front coming. Some areas are seeing calm winds now. Otherwise, we're seeing a southwest wind as we do have some clouds right now, but thicker clouds right along the I-95 corridor. That's the actual cold front that will be moving through later this morning, ushering in that much cooler air. And the rain with this system, unfortunately, is to our north. We're not going to see the rain with the front. Breezy for the kiddos off to the bus stop, 63. Breezy and mild. Need that windbreaker, and probably still need the windbreaker heading home, too. Breezy and mild, and 67, mostly sunny. Our umbrella winner today, congratulations to Terry Harmon from Milton. They have a new umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV.
Bob, and people and animals have both been impacted by the recent hurricanes damaging parts of the South. Now, some of those animals have left the shelters in Florida and are now here on Delmarva. The Brandywine Valley SPCA says all of the animals were already adoptable, and clearing them out of the South makes rooms for those displaced pets. The SPCA is waiving fees across all campuses until Wednesday to help make space for some of the new arrivals. And Denrick is reminding the public that shorebirds are important for our shoreline ecology. Denrick is saying populations are declining, and you can see the animal right here on your screen. And Denrick says its shorebird project works to help stop the research, habitat protection, and more. And Coast TV had the honor of attending the Meals on Wheels Delaware Beach Brunch 2024. Hundreds of people came out to raise money for the program that brings food to seniors in need, and our very own Madeline Overturf was this year's MC. And coming up today on the Delmarva Sports Network at 6 p.m., it's your game of the night. Stephen Decatur will take on Parkside in boys soccer. Then at 8 p.m., it's Salisbury facing off against Baltimore Kings in men's soccer. At 10 p.m., it's post time, and then stay tuned at 10:30 for the final score. And here's your exclusive DSN Plus games for today. At 4 p.m., you can watch Parkside play Easton in girls soccer. Also at that time, you can watch Newark take on Apo in volleyball. And of course, that game of the night we just mentioned, Parkside will take on Stephen Decatur at 6 p.m. And right now, we are looking for those charities for our Bless Our Children campaign. They handpick families in need so we can make sure every child has a gift to open on Christmas. We are accepting applications for those nonprofits through October 18th.
We're seeing breezy conditions on our gutter helmet cam right now. You can see the flags waving. We've got some clouds out there as that strong cold front is headed our way. It's still a few hours away, but once it comes through, we'll know it's going to bring the coldest air of the season to the region and possibly some light frost later in the week. I'll have the chilly forecast details coming up after the break.
NBC News Daily, weekdays at 1 on Coast TV.
At the Delmarva Design Center, appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring come together in one showroom. We have specialists in each division, like myself in tile, to ensure that you have the best product to fit your needs, and that your selection fits seamlessly with every element of your remodel.
I was able to look at everything that I was looking for my new kitchen, including the backsplash and the countertop and the sinks all in one place.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
For a great shopping experience, Furniture Gallery is the place to pick up one-of-a-kind signature finds to complete your home decor. Come explore our selection of handcrafted furniture and get all the supplies you need for your own DIY projects. And through the doors is Shore Marketplace, where you'll find the most unique local shops at the beach. With over 40 local artisans, Shore Marketplace is truly a local connection you cannot afford to miss. And next door you'll find Scrub Apparel outlets. All this under one roof with easy access off Coastal Highway North.
When you're ready to build an extraordinary custom home or an exceptional commercial building, Brendan T. Warfel is here for you. From high-end residential homes to customized commercial facilities, Brendan T. Warfel will provide you with honest and upfront pricing, personal service, and stunning finished products. Choose quality. Choose Brendan T. Warfel.
I build every home as if my family's going to live in it. If my name's going on it, it's going to be done right. I guarantee it.
With Brendan T. Warfel, excellence comes standard.
877-CALL-FUR, FHFUR.com.
As temperatures drop, FH Fur invites you to be part of something truly heartwarming, our Fall into Comfort Toy Drive. Through December 15th for only $29, the experts at FH Fur will perform a comprehensive heating system inspection, ensuring your home stays snug through the chilly months ahead. The best part? 100% of the proceeds will go to the United States Marine Corps Reserve's Toys for Tots. Schedule your heating inspection today with FH Fur.
877-CALL-FUR, FHFur.com.
The time is now 6:44, and we're going to take a live look outside into Laurel this morning. And Bob, actually, that is a beautiful sunrise. I wasn't expecting one. We've not had the best luck this morning with the sky, so that's really pretty to see. But Bob, I can't remember the last time we had rain, which I know a lot of people like, but you have a lot of concerns just about fires and just the dangers with that.
Absolutely. It is very dry, Elisa. Good morning to you. Good morning, Delmarva. We are looking at the very dry conditions. It's been a long time since we've seen the rain, and we're not going to see rain for the foreseeable future. This is our latest drought monitor. You can see it's abnormally dry, some coastal areas back through western Sussex County. The rest of us abnormally dry. So the bottom line is you just have to be careful out there. You can see moderate drought in this tan area over the top of us. Don't burn until we get some rain. It's going to be windy and dry, and that could spread fires very quickly. It will cool down, though. 70 today, average high is 70, then only 60 Tuesday, 59 Wednesday, 61 on Thursday, and there's going to be wind there, too. It's going to be very chilly, and then only back to 67 by your Friday. Our frost and freeze forecast looks like Wednesday and Thursday. That's our chances for frost. That's when you have to protect the tender plants. Unlikely Wednesday, but that icicle's a little longer on Thursday, almost into that frost possible range, and that's when we have to be extra careful with that tender vegetation. Temperatures out the door this morning into the 60s, mid to upper 60s. They're not going to move much today because we have that cold front coming through, and the wind's starting to shift more to the west now as we are looking at partly cloudy skies, and the cold front is back to our west near Baltimore and D.C. right now. There's the front right there. We have clouds, but nothing in the way of rain. The rain is farther to the north, back through the Great Lakes and into the northeast, and maybe even a little bit of snow for New England. It'd be nice if we saw some rain with this front, but we're not going to. But it's very cold, high pressure with very cold air pouring out of Canada, and that high will build to the east, bringing us that very chilly air. Here's Futurecast this morning. Some of those clouds and the winds out of the west and temperatures in the mid-60s. Then late morning, we're looking at the northwest breezes kicking in as a cold front comes on through. Upper 60s close to 70, so our highs might actually occur late morning and then fall back into the mid-60s in the afternoon with gusty west-northwest winds. And then those winds do die down a little bit tonight. By tomorrow morning, it is chilly. Temperatures in the low 40s, mid-40s at the beaches, maybe some clouds, and still a northwest breeze. And Tuesday, the coldest day we've seen in some time. Highs only in the 50s, close to 60 in the afternoon with the clouds and maybe a few showers into the evening hours. That would be good if we got some rain, but I'm not overly optimistic about that. And then by Wednesday morning, very chilly, some upper 30s showing up from Seaford up to Ellendale and lower 40s elsewhere. Very chilly. That's our slight chance of frost there, a better chance Thursday morning. We see those winds getting gusty. That's why we're concerned about fire danger. Winds over 30 miles per hour into the afternoon hours. And then they do die down a little bit through the overnight hours, but then still pretty breezy into tomorrow. As we see this trough over us basically Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, bringing that chilly air, and then it's out of here by the end of the week into the weekend. We start warming things up, and it looks sunny into the weekend. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast, 70 today, and then the chill sets in Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Highs right around 60, partly cloudy Tuesday, mostly sunny Wednesday and Thursday, and then Wednesday and Thursday, that's when we're concerned about that possibility of frost with temperatures into the upper 30s. 40 by Friday morning, then upper 60s Friday with sunshine, and then by the weekend, sunshine, 71 Saturday, and by Sunday, sunshine and up to 74.
Bob, and you this morning. Today marks Indigenous Peoples Day around the U.S. This day recognizes contributions of those who lived here before Columbus claimed to have discovered it. And in 2021, President Joe Biden officially signed a proclamation that federal policies back then sought to displace Native American people. Absentee ballots are now out in Delaware, and CoastTV News reporter Emma Aiken was there when the ballots were scanned and shows us what's next.
The sound of democracy in action.
The Delaware Department of Elections is opening absentee ballots and scanning for errors as part of their election preparations. Tracy Wilkerson, a Republican, is the Deputy County Director.
So people feel secure in how our absentee ballot process works in Delaware. So it's very important. We have teams in there that are of opposite parties. It's important that that's balanced when we're doing the whole process.
The department has volunteers called challengers from both parties to help scan ballots for potential errors. They check for the signature, the timestamp, and the address, but right now they aren't actually registering who anyone is voting for. This is just a count of the number of absentee ballots coming in. Kenneth Bo McDowell, a Democrat, is the county director.
And things, so it's good for the citizens to get out and see for themselves what we're all about, and that there's nothing to hide and we're totally out in the open with everything.
McDowell says if they do find discrepancies on the ballot, they follow up with the voter and do a detailed investigation. The Department of Elections says they are seeing about 500 absentee ballots come back each day, and next week they will begin the scanning process to start counting those ballots and the ones that keep coming in. In Georgetown, I'm Emma Aiken, Coast TV News.
And if you aren't voting absentee or on Election Day, early voting is happening in all 3 Delmarva states. In Delaware, you can vote early between October 25th and November 3rd. In Maryland, it's October 24th to the 31st. And Virginia has already started early voting. That began on September 20th and runs through November 2nd. And Coast TV is your place for all things election. And right now on our website, coasttv.com, you can find information on the upcoming presidential election, races in both Delaware and Maryland, and voting resources on Delmarva. Just head over to coasttv.com and click on the Decision 2024 tab. And happening now, police say another man is in custody after they arrested him for allegedly helping steal a car and rob a couple at gunpoint. Troopers say Terrence Savage met with acquaintances on Hollyville Road and Mountjoy Road in Millsboro late last month, at which point police allege Savage robbed them and stole their car, and he was already arrested for that stolen car, but is now facing new charges regarding the robbery. And the time is now 6:51, and we're going to check in with our coastal pet of the day. And today's coastal pet of the day is Kona. Kona loves a good beach day, even in October, which is the perfect time for dogs. And Kona was submitted to us by Lori's in Long Neck. We want to make sure we see all of your pets on Delmarva, so send us photos and tell us what makes them so special. You can take a look at your screen and scan the QR code at the top of your screen to submit your furry friend to Coast TV News. Then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all of the pets we feature.
And this is definitely weather that the pets will appreciate. The big cool down coming. Right now, we're seeing some clouds and ocean view. Nothing in the way of rain as this cold front slides through today, bringing the chilliest air of the season headed our way. And we could see some frost later in the week, and then a warmer weekend on the way. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up after the break.
This October, travel the Scarecrow Show and Trail in the Rehoboth and Dewey Beach Resort area. Businesses throughout the resort area will have their Scarecrow creations on display for your enjoyment. Get a list of participants at beach-fun.com. Then go out and find your favorite. Take a silly selfie and vote for the best Scarecrow. The winner gets a cool trophy. Anybody can vote online or at the Rehoboth Beach Dewey Beach Chamber of Commerce office. For more information, call or visit beach-fun.com.
In 1925, a simple bank ledger began journaling the transactions of life in Willards, Maryland. New houses, barns, and farm equipment. Growing families and businesses both big and small. A record through time of hardship and prosperity. 100 years ago, the founding of the Farmers Bank of Willards was vital to the town. 100 years later, banking has changed, but the Farmers Bank remains steadfast in its original mission, keeping and reinvesting millions of dollars right here for the benefit of our communities.
Turn your dreams of a perfect kitchen into reality with That Cabinet Store, where a dedicated team of designers will bring your vision to life. Whether it's traditional or European, kitchen design is our specialty. And we can get your fully customized kitchen cabinets installed in as little as 4 weeks, semi-custom in 10 days. And if you're looking for new countertops, we offer quality in-house fabricated countertops. Dream today, designs for tomorrow at That Cabinet Store, located with Matt the Carpet Guy in Selbyville and Salisbury.
Lupo Italian Kitchen in downtown Rehoboth Beach has been serving award-winning Italian food since 2008. Located inside the Hotel Rehoboth, Lupo serves traditional and coastal Italian cuisine, pairing Mediterranean flavors with fresh seafood and local produce. Lupo has an extensive all-Italian wine list, monthly wine dinners, and a friendly and knowledgeable staff. Popular dishes include chicken parmesan, lobster bucatini, and veal meatballs. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue, serving happy hour daily and open 7 days a week. See you soon.
Over 50 years ago, JD Asphalt was built on a strong foundation of family values.
So when you call us, you'll speak to a member of our family, like me, where I'll talk you through our entire process, answering any questions you have along the way, and delivering prompt free estimates no matter the size of the job. Call now and ask about our 0% financing options, or visit our website for special discounts. JD Asphalt, a trusted family company for over 50 years.
The time is now 6:54, and it's time for the things you need to know before you go. President Joe Biden toured Florida's battered coastline. Biden surveyed the damage from the sky on Sunday and toured St. Petersburg Beach, which has been left in shambles by Hurricane Milton. He promised more than $600 million to restore and upgrade the grid after Hurricanes Helene and Milton hammered the region. And we have new pictures from a house fire in Ellendale. According to the Ellendale Fire Company, multiple agencies responded to the blaze, where flames could be seen shooting outside of the house. That fire happened Friday evening. The agency says thankfully, though, no injuries were reported, and the Delaware State Fire Marshal continues to investigate the cause. And this week, the city of Lewis will get an update on a plan to make this street, Sussex Drive, safer. This could include adding turn lanes, a changed traffic flow, and also creating some parts as a no stopping or standing area. The goal of this project is to increase safety near the neighboring schools. And we want to congratulate a member of our Coast TV family over the weekend. Our very own Paige Marley got married. She celebrated her beautiful destination wedding with, of course, Matt Pensick in attendance. Congratulations to Paige and Jonathan. And it is now 6:56. So we're going to take a quick look at our forecast before you head out the door. Bob, the weather for Paige's wedding, it looked perfect. So you did a good job. You did a good job. Whatever you did for her, Bob, you did a good job.
Patting myself on the back, spraining my arm doing so, but congratulations to Paige and her husband. And I saw the beautiful blue skies. We kept the hurricanes away. Just beautiful weather for the DR, so congratulations to them. Here's our day part forecast. We're looking at the breezy conditions today. Make sure you have your windbreaker handy. Southwest winds ahead of the front this morning. Some clouds. It's going to stay dry, and temperature is going to be the warmest late morning, maybe up near 70 degrees. Then that front comes through and the winds really start to pick up. Look at this, west-northwest, 20 miles per hour in the afternoon, gusting up to 30 miles per hour. So very dry, and I've mentioned the higher fire danger as well, but it will be chilly, so that might help. 10-day forecast, 70 today, and then we're cooling to 41 tomorrow, and then Tuesday, 60 degrees, 59 on Wednesday, Thursday, 61. So those are the 3 chilly days. Could see some frost by Wednesday and Thursday morning with temperatures into the mid to upper 30s. I think Thursday mornings are better chance for frost. Then we start to warm up, upper 60s Friday, and then by the weekend, looking dry but sunny, 71 Saturday, 74 on Sunday. And then heading into next week, we're looking at sunshine and still remaining dry. Temperatures into the mid 70s. We need the rain. Unfortunately, Lisa, we are not going to see it anytime soon.
Thank you, Bob. But, 39 degrees at night. Oh, boy. Well, thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News today. The Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m. Then we'll be back for Coast TV News at midday at 11, so stick with us for that. And for even more news and coverage you can count on, download our Coast TV News app. Have a great morning.